Thank you very much. Wow. This was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
Donald Trump won. He has been re-elected for a second presidential term. In this video, I would like to share with you how Trump presidency has affected me as a non-US IMG. Now, please note that this is not a video where I describe my political values or political opinions of what's going to happen with the immigrations, with the economy, or with the war. It's nothing like that. I'm not going to share anything related to that. The goal of this YouTube channel from the beginning is to serve and help non-US IMG to achieve their dream to match in the residency in the US. So this video is created for that purpose as well. You see, the thing is, I have a unique experience. The year that I match is the same year where Trump also become president. So I would like to share just basically my personal experience of what actually happened, because things actually happen. It does affect me as a non-US IMG. Up until now, I would like you to be well informed and kind of anticipate what's coming ahead with the Trump presidency. Now, before we start, I would like to give you gifts for hanging out with me today. If you are going for USMLE, I have USMLE Test Taking Strategies. It's a free online course that will help you increase your score by improving your test taking strategies. It's free. It's juliushardy.com/USMLE Test Taking Strategies. You can get that. I'm gonna put the link down in the description below. And if you are looking for USCE, I have a USCE Essentials guide, which describes to you what is USCE, what are the types of USCE, when to begin searching for USCE. And I also have updated this guide. I've listed 30 plus hospitals that offer USCE for non-US IMG. It's totally free. You can just get that using the link down description below, juliushardy.com/USCE Essentials. Following that, actually, you're going to get way more values. I'm going to teach you about inpatient's US healthcare system. I'm going to teach you about the EMR, how to use it, and all of those. Again, it's all free. Just grab it after you watch this video. So let's get to the main thing. So what happened during the Trump presidency? How did it affect me as a non-US IMG? I would like to describe the two things that actually happened. So the first one is that the USCIS put the H-1B premium processing on hold during Trump administration. Now, for you who is not probably familiar about the visa type, I'm going to explain it very quickly here. There are two visa types. There's a J1 and H1B. These are the two most common visa that non-US IMG use when they match into residency. There are differences between the two, but the main difference is that in J1, you are subject to 2-year home residency. So that means that after you complete your residency, you actually need to go home for 2 years before you can actually come back to America. In H1B, there is no such rule. We can waive this by doing a waiver program. It's a 3-year waiver where you have to work in an underserved area, so you don't have to go back home. Another difference is that J1 actually is the more common visa accepted for a fellowship, so it's easier for you to go for a fellowship if you are on J1. In H1B, you can get the green card faster because you have stayed in the US. Usually after 3-5 years you work in the US, you can change your status to a green card. But you don't have that in J1. You have to do a waiver first, then you can apply for the green card. So you can get the green card faster in H1B. But if you're coming from a country that has a lot of backlog like India, then it doesn't make a lot of difference for you, unfortunately. But H1B becomes more popular choice because you don't have to go to the underserved area once you complete your residency. It's also the reason why people wants to do USMLE Step 3 before the match so they can get the H1B visa. Now, during the Trump administration, April 3rd, 2017, the H1B premium processing was put on hold. So there was no H1B premium processing. And that caused issue. A lot of non-US IMG cannot go for H1B visa that year and forced to have J1. Yeah, I'm one of them. So I'm going to show you the email that I received from my program. As you can see here, you can click pause and then read it. I received the email in March 2020, and it said that the April 3rd, 2017, the H-1B premium processing going to be put on hold. Now, is this really tied to the Trump's administration? At that time, I was actually not sure. So I have to do a little bit more of a research. Basically, this happened during the Trump presidency, right? And a lot of news mentioned about the Trump administration put the H-1B premium processing on hold. And actually, Trump signed an executive order in April 18, 2017 by American, High American executive orders. There's long things that he mentioned, but bottom line, there is more strict on getting the H-1B visa. It increased the scrutiny, meaning that the USCIS will review it like much closer, so it takes more time. But from the USCIS standpoint, they mentioned that they put a halt on H-1B premium processing because there is to reduce the backlog. It's just an administrative process, operational issue only. It's not related to political in any means, but again, it's hard to say. What I can say is that during Trump presidency, this happened. And actually, this happened twice in 2020. That happened too, but I mean, I'm already into the being residency. It just doesn't really affect me for that. But it happened twice. And comparing to Biden administration, actually H-1B premium processing was never being halted. You know, if any, actually, during the Biden administration, they tried to speed up the process. As you can see, there is some differences between the Trump administration and the Biden administrations. So now what happened is I got AJ1. It's a good thing, a bad thing. Well, I mean, some of my fellow colleagues still really upset about it because they cannot get the H1B. They really want to get H1B. I just want to match. Okay, I can get H1B, fine, but I just want to match. But it turns out to be great because if I don't get a J1, I would not work in Mass General Brigham, and I will not work in a wonderful place. And in New Hampshire, one day I'm gonna make this video and describe to you. We have a lot of Indonesian people that I'm Indonesian and I can take care of them. Becomes a perfect match. I mean, if I don't have the J1, I would not even consider coming to New Hampshire, Dover, Somersworth, Rochester area to serve as a doctor and become a primary care doctor. Most likely I'm going to become a hospitalist in one of the bigger cities. You know, it turns out to be great, and I plan to stay because this work gives me like real satisfaction. On top of that, real security on my job because I'm the only person that able to do this job. So it turns out to be great, you know. But this is something that I would like to share with you. Again, it's a personal experience of what actually happened. And then because if you're a non-US IMG going to match next year, then you're gonna be facing pretty much similar situation. Is it gonna be the same situation? Is the H1B premium processing gonna be put on hold? I don't know, and I'm not gonna make any political opinion. I'm just trying to describe to you my experience with that. Now, what can you do as a non-US IMG? Really not much, because most programs who has a H1B will have a J1 offered as well. Now, maybe in a very rare situations there are programs that only offer H1B without any J1. I can't really imagine, maybe, but if that's the case, then you will probably want to not rank them high, if any, because there is a chance that you have gonna have a hard time. So that's what happened. First thing that happened. There's a second thing that happened during the Trump administration, which is the public benefits disclosure. Now, this starts become effective in February 2020, that you have to disclose the public benefits, and then the rule is called inadmissibility grounds based on the public benefits. I'm gonna attach you the email that I received from my lawyer that year, so you can press pause and then read it if you want to. And there is this form that I have to fill in, the public benefits disclosure. So I'm gonna have to describe to you what is public benefits, what's disclosure, what's this, all these things all about. Basically, in the US, you have a lot of public programs and public benefits like Section 8 housings, cheap housings, or food stamps, or Medicaid included. So healthcare, so you can get everything this either with a very cheap price or for free. Now, in Trump's administration 2020, you have to disclose these public benefits if you are using Form I-129, I-539, or I-485. So when you change of status. So I received this because I changed of status from J1 to H1B to be able to work in Mass General Brigham. And I have to disclose if I ever use the public benefits, the Medicaid, the SNAP, housing, things like that. Now, this does not happen before. And basically, this is what I actually mentioned, and actually my LinkedIn post as well. I can kind of show you the original LinkedIn post here, that if you are non-US IMG, you are on a visa, you need to have health insurance. Do not try to have Medicaid. It's a dangerous, very, very dangerous advice here for some people who actually recommending is one non-US IMG recommending other non-US IMG to actually, well, it's fine, you can have Medicaid, they'll pay you for free, especially in the blue states, which is the states that usually have some Medicaid kind of like for all, regardless whether you are immigrant, illegal immigrant. New York and Massachusetts, those are the two states that I know. Probably there are other states. And if you have Medicaid, guess what happened? See, this is what happened. You have to disclose them. And that's actually happened 3 years after, to 2020. I've been doing my residence 3 years. Imagine if I have used Medicaid or something like that, then I would not be able to switch to H1B, and then that's it. Then residency just wasted, for nothing. You can't work, you can change your status. It's just the end of your dream forever. So please have US health insurance at all times, and do not use public benefits. This is what happened, and that happens during the Trump presidency. It doesn't really affect me for this one, but I just have to share with you that this happened, and then warn you all that you need to have a health insurance, and do not use any public benefits while you're in the US if you are on a visa. And guess what? Compare it to the Biden administrations. What happened during Biden administration? He got rid of it. There is no more public disclosure. So you see, there is this differences between one administration to the other administrations. So those are basically the two big things that actually happened during Trump presidency that affect me in non-US IMG, and probably will affect you as non-US IMG. I hope this video is helpful and then give you some idea of what to anticipate and what's gonna happen. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe. Don't forget, I have those two gifts. Just grab it right away. It's free anyway. And finally, thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video for more USMLE and residency matching tips.